And let's take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight. We start in Grenada, where chairman of the Caribbean Community CARICOM and Grenada's Prime Minister Tillman Thomas on Friday expressed his dissatisfaction with the absence of several ministers that had responsibility for the ITC at this special 36th meeting of the Council for Trade and Economic Development that was hosted there. The meeting was to discuss and approve both the draft and regional digital development strategy and its attendant implementation of a plan. The special meeting was not able to field a quorum of 8 membered states, with only 4 ministers attending, despite the confirmation received by all 8 members of the CARICOM secretariats. Thomas, who led responsibility for science and technology, including the ITC, in the quasi-cabinet, stressed his displeasure that the meeting was taking place without the benefit of the full participation of all membered states. We cannot afford leadership that is tentative and unstable. We have been talking long enough. It's now time to act, he warned. And in Atlanta, Air Trans Airways, a wholly subsidiary of Southwest Airlines, on Thursday began a daily nonstop service between Hansfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport and the L.F. Wade International Airport in St. George's, Bermuda. Passengers took part in a colorful celebration at the airport featuring traditional Gombe dancers and a steel pan band. A special performance by the Atlanta Falcon cheerleaders also wowed the crowd as part of the Touchdown Bermuda-themed event. In addition to welcoming passengers, the cheerleaders were heading to Bermuda for their annual swimsuit calendar photo shoot. Bermuda is the latest destination in the Air Trans International route network, which includes Aruba, Cancun, Mexico, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Nassau, Bahamas, and Punta Cana, DR. And finally, in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Coast Guard crews, in combination with the efforts of the crew of the cargo vessel Magalonen, rescued a sailor on board a life raft Friday, approximately 420 nautical miles northeast of Puerto Rico. Cedric George Barry, a 41-year-old French citizen, was forced to abandon his French-flagged vessel Tepecat after the vessel reportedly capsized and started to sink. We were pleased that Mr. Barry was rescued after abandoning his boat in a life raft, stated Lieutenant Matthew S. Baker of the Coast Guard Sector San Juan Command Duty Officer. This case is a good example of the effectiveness of modern survival equipment, including the property of a registered 406 megahertz and satellite phone. We are also grateful to the Magalonen for its willingness to divert from its voyage to rescue Mr. Barry and for the joint communication between them and our HU-25 Falcon crew. Barry was able to board a life raft with food, water, a satellite phone, a handheld global positioning system device, and a 406 megahertz emergency positioning indicating radio beacon. The sailor communicated his distress by activating the 406 megahertz EPIRB and calling back to France using his satellite phone.
This Caribbean report is brought to you by Emerald K Tires, keeping you rolling right.
And that's a look at your Caribbean report and what's happening down island. Now we turn back to our Virgin Islands, and we get to see some proud parents graduating from Parent University. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 7th commencement exercises of the Parent University Department of Education, U.S. Virgin Islands. We have graduates who have been through the Parent University 7 times. This is the 7th class. This was the shortest class. It was only 3 weeks. And because of graduations and other activities happening, we did not have as many parents, but those parents that came learned a lot, had new instructors, and today will be the 7th graduating class. To those parents that are at home or at other activities, your certificate will be available at Ms. Janet Brow's office. For those of you that don't know me, I am Sandra Fair, and I am the lead trainer for the Parent University, and I have been to all of the Parent University classes except for one where I was off island. And I am here because I enjoy doing the classes. I enjoy the Parent University, and I have a cadre of parents living in this community who are helping other parents and who are bringing new parents to every class.
I would like to start off by saying that I have been chosen to speak today on behalf of, coming to the Parent University, and I'm just going to give a brief synopsis of what I've learned. But first of all, I would like to say thank you to Ms. Janet Brown and the entire staff of Department of Education who in one way or the other that is responsible for this organization, where they're educating with the parent about different plagues that's happening within our community.
And when we come back from this break, what Memorial Day wouldn't be complete without watching the highlights of some Little Leagues. Tonight in your Sports 411, we'll take a look at some kids, and they're having a great time with their Little League clubs. Let's take a look.
It's been a long one.
Practice. With the days that we practiced hard because a lot of rain was coming, and I mean we only had like out of 3 weeks, we only practiced for like 8 days out of 3 weeks. So I mean these boys play off a raw talent. They're good, and this is the result of their talent.
How do you feel right now?
I feel good. This is my second time actually winning the district. Actually third time winning the district tournament. Hopefully we can beat St. Thomas and go on again.
And West All Stars have won.